Two misfits shooting the shit about their favorite titles. Spencer and Aaron and Sam the Tech Man. It's on vinyl for me. Fuck John Cougar.
I was late.
Dude, your timing on that.
My timing was so poor.
Hello and welcome to Misfits on Vinyl. My name is Spencer Streichert. I'm an actor, comedian, and one of your hosts.
My name is Aaron. I am also one of your hosts.
And Aaron is an actor.
I sure am.
Aaron is...
I've just accepted this. Now every week I'm going to have to...
I had something to bring up about your acting career.
Yes.
Because there was a movie that you did in Toronto that we still haven't seen, and I'm sad about that. The one where you were like a door guy?
Yeah, dude. I don't know what happened to that, actually, now that I think about it. But it was like at a bar up the street from me, and I played a door guy, and I threw somebody on the street. And that was basically like my big break.
Really?
Yeah, I don't even remember the fucking name. I'll have to pull it up, some old emails.
And that was a feature, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, dude, we need to find out where that is, because, like, we might go back and find out that like, premiered at TIFF.
Yeah. I have no idea. I don't even remember the fucking name of it, dude. But there was like a legit camera crew and they rented out this whole bar.
Holy shit!
Yeah, dude, I totally forgot about that. Actually,
that's so fucking funny.
Yeah, no.
And you just threw some motherfucker on the.
Yeah, I played the doorman. It's like every time I've been in like a short film or a movie, I'm either the bad guy or the funny fat friend, or like the bouncer. So, I think I've been typecasted. But
I think you've been typecasted. I think we need to break that mold, and when we do a Misfits on Vinyl movie at some point, because everyone big gets a movie.
Yeah,
eventually.
it's true. I've never heard of a podcast getting a movie, but we could.
We'll get it.
Yeah, we could do it. Yeah.
I mean, Bert Kreischer got a movie.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I mean, Howard Stern did a movie too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Radio show got a fucking movie.
There you go.
So, you know what? Why can't a podcast get a movie?
That's true.
And we'll have you as the romantic lead.
Ooh, you know what? As long as you're my like other lead,
yeah,
the romantic lead,
yeah,
and we have a little bit of like a romance scene.
I think that's literally what we have to do.
I want a close up on your tramp stamp, actually, like a good 30-second close up.
Oh, dude,
on your
I have
tramp stamp.
Fucking great story about my tramp stamp to tell you, but fuck. Before we get into anything,
yes.
I gotta. First of all, our intro song by the Vidos.
Yes.
I'm so fucking stoked that we're gonna be doing a bunch of shit with them. Like we are having them on the podcast, like right when their album's coming out.
Absolutely.
We're also they helped promote us this week. They fucking made us that song. We want everybody that's listening to go and like pre-save their music, go pre-order their fucking vinyl. They're great dudes. We're sending them stickers. We're all fucking mixing merch and stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna have some Vidos merch on here.
Once we start making shirts and panties, they're all going their way.
Dude, we're gonna have the best fucking merch.
Wait till you see our G-strings I'm designing.
I'm excited.
Spencer will be. That's actually when we'll debut your tramp stamp.
That is
in the G-strings.
It'll be
fuck the movie. Fuck the movie. Yeah.
It'll be when I'm wearing the G-string on the podcast. The Misfits on vinyl with theme sung by the Vidos.
Yeah,
like over my balls.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be the way to do it.
I think it's gonna be mesh too, so it might be a little see-through.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's great. People still won't be able to see my pee-pee. I got a little nubbin.
Yeah, I know you do.
It's
okay.
Get a little tiny.
You make up with it in other ways.
I do.
Yeah.
I can eat ass like a motherfucker.
Facts, I know. No. Maybe I do. No, we have some interesting stuff to talk about besides our, sexual and romantic connection.
We do, and we got to get into our beers.
Holy
first.
crap, man! This makes me nervous.
All right, so we got the Mexican Hot Chocolate Stout by our official, non-official sponsor of the podcast, Cabin Brewing.
Fuego.
Which I thought it was Fago, like the drink that ICP drinks. We need to do an ICP episode.
No, we do not.
We need to do Sam is agreeing with me. We need to do an ICP episode. Fucking.
You would enjoy ICP.
I've listened to them briefly. I think I listened to one song at one point in my life. I used to deliver papers when I was a young child, and I remember distinctly listening to ICP at one point in my life. But
I'm not gonna lie, I was a juggalo in high school.
Ooh.
I was a bit of a juggalo.
So this beer is 11.5%.
Yeah, I'm fucked. I also have a corporate comedy show this afternoon, so this is gonna be very interesting. Is that I'm gonna be drinking a lot of wine at that show too.
Ooh, it's thick.
Yeah, no, it's a stout. Of course, it's gonna be thick.
I know, but it's like extra thick. it's like very thick. Anyways, some things we got to talk about.
We got to cheers first.
Yeah, that's true.
We can't do a faux pas.
I'm excited to talk about what happened to me last week on the recording of the podcast.
Yeah.
So I drive an old truck. It's very Berta of me to drive an old truck.
That is spicy. Holy shit. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, it is hot.
That is hot.
I drive an old truck, and it's rear-wheel drive, and the parking situation around Spencer's apartment is becoming increasingly more difficult.
Yeah.
Due to his landlady and to just a lot of people. He lives off of like one of the main drags downtown.
So people park here being fuck faces.
Yeah, anyways, I parked on this hill and I got fucking stuck. I just kept rolling backwards. I couldn't get up and get out. And I called Spencer and he like didn't answer. So I was like sitting in my truck for half an hour calling tow trucks and fucking like trying to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do. And he answers. I'm like, hey man, like can I come hang out? So we just hung out and like played Nintendo for like 2 hours while I waited on the tow truck.
Dude, it was like 3 hours.
Yeah, it was fucking long.
Also, it was crazy that like the tow truck said they would be there within an hour and a half, and then 3 hours later the person behind you just fucking left. So and like thank God, because he was like a foot away from hitting the fucking front of that car.
Yeah, no, I was very close. I kept rolling backwards, like I threw the fucker in second gear and I was giving it like serious gas and no luck. So
it's a manual, right? Yeah, that makes it.
I got super stuck. And then the funniest part is like the people that are like the dispatchers at the tow truck companies, they have like really good senses of humor, man. Like I was just fucking joking around with the lady. Like they called me when I was in here, and Spencer's like, "Are you talking to your friend?" And I was like, "No, it's AAA towing, actually." That I was fucking chatting to. Yeah, she was like, "Why don't you just hang out with your friend and you guys can like, I was like, "We're gonna play some Nintendo." She's like, "Wicked, like have fun."
Dude, so okay, did you get charged for the tow truck?
Yeah, they charged me $75, but it was gonna be like $160. So.
Okay, well that's not as bad. It still sucks.
But like, I mean, I signed up for AMA thinking that they would come right away, so I paid $120 for AMA, and they're like, "No, we're gonna be there in 24 hours." And I was like, "Well, fuck me in the ass, dude."
God,
so,
that insurance fucking sucks.
Well, now I'm an AMA member, so at least I have, if I ever get stuck on a hill again, I can, get out. I'm assured I'm covered.
Yeah,
so.
in 24 hours. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, no, it was not. It was fucking.
And then after you left, Siobhan was getting ready to go to bed, and she fucking broke a glass and cut her hand wide open.
Yeah, man, that looked nasty.
We had to go to the ER, and I'm gonna tell this story on stage because, like, fuck, dude, so much happened that was hilarious. Like, I'm sitting in the living room just playing Skyrim, just like having a night, and all of a sudden I heard the loudest crash, and like Siobhan started screaming. So I thought somebody like broke our back window. Like it was that loud. I look over, and it's like the fucking end scene of Carrie. There's just blood everywhere. She's screaming. I'm like, fuck. So I run into the kitchen. I'm like, fuck. What do we do? Oh god. We gotta stop the bleeding. Let's get a rag. Fuck. I can't use that towel. She'll kill me. Fuck. Do I need to call an Uber? No. You won't be able to get in an Uber. They'll fucking kill you because you fucking have blood. And then she's like, just call my parents. So I fucking call her dad, and I'm like, Siobhan's bleeding. She's gonna die. And he's like, okay, I'll be there in a minute. And he got here like super quickly. What it was really funny though is like he was like, I was just sitting down to have a scotch, and I don't really do that, and then you guys called, so
it ruined my fucking night.
Yeah,
that's funny that you didn't want to call an Uber. When I broke my ankle last year, I rode an Uber because Sarah can't drive stick.
Well, like the only reason is because like they wouldn't let us in, or they would have charged us like $100 for like a cleanup fee. Even though we had stopped the bleeding.
It's like $150. I threw up in an Uber one time.
Oh,
it's
God.
like $150, yeah.
Dude, a cab tried to charge me for not my stain one time.
Yeah.
And I was like, absolutely absolutely not. They were like, we have to pay a cleanup fee. I was like, here's $5. I just walked away. I was like,
I threw up in this Uber and they just dropped me off in the middle of, they kicked me out in the middle of downtown Toronto.
What?
And I was fucked up, dude. Yeah. And I was like, fucking had puke all over myself. I walked home.
Dude, that's fucking dangerous.
It was like an hour and a half. Like they dropped me off in Rosedale, dude. Like fucking, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, on fucking Mount Pleasant Drive. Yeah, that fucking busy ass little fucking whatever it is. I don't know if it's Mount Pleasant, but yeah, I walked through that park, fucking down through the ravine, like all the way up through St. Clair. Yeah.
Dude, okay, that park, like that ravine and park scared the shit out of me in the daytime.
Imagine it at fucking 2 a.m., dude.
Yeah, fuck me, man. That's awful. Why the hell wouldn't you have like walked like up like Yonge Street?
No, well, I was like on the other side, so I had to cut through to get to Yonge Street. So you have to cut through either the Rosedale Park or that ravine is kind of near Rosedale.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I had to cut through there to get to Yonge Street. Yeah,
Fuck, dude.
And my phone was dead, so I couldn't even fucking call another Uber. So I was totally fucked, man.
Dude, that park is actually like very sketchy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's cool. But
well,
it's also...
you walk underneath the fucking subway tracks, like the chain tracks there.
Yeah.
And fucking, yeah, it was real interesting.
Dude.
Yeah, no, it's one of those stories where it's like in hindsight, like I definitely could have died. Yeah. Like it's like one of those like, woo, got out of that one. Thank God.
Fucking hell.
To be fair, I'm a big white guy, so I don't think like I have like a, a bit of an advantage when it comes to nighttime walking. So,
That is true.
Yeah.
The only thing that is afraid of you is any woman.
Yeah, yeah, probably. I was probably creeping out more people. Like even though I was on a mission to get home, I was probably creeping out people on the way there. So
yeah, people are fucking like actually moving away from you.
That's why I didn't see anybody. They're all hiding, dude.
Yeah, people are turning off their lights and hiding in the shadows. Like
they were all fucking hiding. Yeah, no, it was. That was an interesting night. Speaking of interesting nights, you had one last night.
Oh god, last night was very interesting. The night before was crazy though too.
That's what I meant. Yeah, the night before.
Fucking oh god. At like 3 in the afternoon, I got an email from Kenny and Spenny, and it was like, hey, come open for us at the Palace, 15 minutes. Fucking dude, it was fucking sick. It was so fun.
Dude, I'm so happy for you. That's fucking awesome, man.
First of all, Palace was packed.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, like it is obviously a small theater, but it felt like a small theater. Like it felt like that same energy.
Yeah.
Like it didn't feel like a bar show at all or a club. Man, like I was coming out cold though. Like I didn't even have an intro. Like nobody even said my name or anything. So I just come on, music stops, I pick up the mic, I'm like, the fuck's up, Calgary? Like, like I'm just starting it like a fucking like cold intro or cold open. Dude, had a fucking phenomenal set though. Like it was so much fun. Crowd was on it. They were all in for it. Afterwards at the meet and greet, like a bunch of people are coming up. They're like, dude, you were so fucking funny. I was like, hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
A bunch of people followed, so they're probably listening to the pod now.
There you go. There you go.
And it was so much fun. And when I got off stage, Kenny and Spenny were both like, yeah, you did great, which felt really good. So
for people that don't know of Kenny and Spenny, they have like a pretty wicked show that is, I'd say they're pretty big Canadian celebrities. Yeah. It was on Showcase, and it was it was on CBC briefly as well.
It was also on Comedy Central in the States.
There you go.
Yeah.
I know they did some late night shows as well back in the day, but they were roommates, they were buddies, and they competed against each other doing ridiculous challenges.
Yeah.
And then also whoever lost had to do like a pretty nasty humiliation.
Yeah, and it would be like who can sit on a cow the longest, or like who can kiss the more girls.
There's some regular competitions, like who can stay up the longest.
Yeah.
And then some of them they got wacky, like who can keep an octopus
on their head the longest.
And Kenny would fuck with Spenny all the time,
so hard,
because Spenny's like a very
neurotic,
interesting personality.
He's very like type A.
Yeah, he was very easy to pick on, and that's kind of where the main humor of the show is like the fucking boxing episode. Kenny locks Spenny in a closet and goes to Niagara Falls.
So Spenny throws his shit on him, which is pretty good.
It's a pretty fucking awesome show. It's all on YouTube now, so if you ever want to watch it, you can watch it all on YouTube. They have the high def version version of it.
Yeah.
It's all remastered. It looks really fucking good.
It looks really good. It's super fucking funny. Still really funny. And their live show, like, they have like 2 hours where they banter and then also like show clips that were never seen before.
Oh, that's cool.
And so there was some stuff that was insane. One of the funniest things, so Comedy Central tried to do a knockoff before they just picked up Kenny versus Spenny and just like, rebroadcast it. They tried to do a knockoff with Charlie Murphy and Donnell Rawlings called Charlie versus Donnell, and it was fucking cringy.
Yeah.
Like oh my god, because they have like a host, and the host is like, as you know, each week we do a competition between the two of you, your best friends, and like they're like breaking down basically the fucking synopsis of like
every episode.
Yeah.
Well, there's something that's charming about the Kenny versus Spenny thing is because they were actually buddies and they were actually roommates, and it wasn't like a forced sort of connection where I know if you were trying to do that, like remake it with, two people that you cast, it would not, the relationship they had and the way that they could push each other's buttons is fucking, it's a natural thing that you can't replicate.
Also, did you know it is the most what's it called? Like when a network buys the rights to use an idea but not like syndicate it, it's the most that of any Canadian show ever.
Oh, that's cool.
So like there's like a Colombian version, a German version, a UK version, fucking Portuguese version, Turkish, like everywhere. Like there's like Chile, where we are the #1 English speaking music history podcast.
Damn right we are.
Yeah, like so there's like not only were they popular, but they like there was a bunch of shows that were exactly them that were filmed in these other countries that were very popular.
Shout out to them. Give it a watch. Now, should we get into the juice of today?
Well, I gotta fucking tell a story first. Before
okay, go ahead.
So after the show, we went like right next door to the Unicorn, right?
Yeah.
And as we're walking in, Kenny's like, yeah, like, I just want to make sure there's not going to be, like, too many people around. And I was thinking, like, oh, fuck it, you're fine. Like, I'm thinking, like, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm like, yeah, like, probably second floor is going to be better than the first floor. Wherever we go in, he's just, like, the second floor was closed. So we're sitting on the main floor. We split a fucking thing of chicken wings.
Nice.
Yeah, he was like, I just, I'm not too hungry. Do you want to just split something? I was like, yeah, I'm down for that. And I was like, he's like, what type of flavor you like? I'm like, hot. He's like, me too. So yeah, worked out fucking well.
Bonded.
Yeah, we bonded over wings. And I gave him a tag for their show, like for their live show, over that too, which I was really proud of. But then we're sitting there eating, and out of nowhere, this chick just runs up and she's like, "Oh my God, Kenny! Oh my God!" And she starts just like talking to him while he's eating, and he's like being super polite, and then he's like, "Listen, like I'm just eating right now. Like, can I just like I'll come say bye to you guys before I go, but like I just want to eat in peace, basically." And he was super nice about it. And I was like, "Dude, that is the fucking." Like I've never seen that happen with anyone else. Like I've hung out with like Christian Slater, Jim Jeffries, fucking Daniel Weber, like all these like bigger names. I've never seen that fucking happen.
Well, there you go.
And I think part of it's because like he's a Canadian celebrity. So I think people are maybe like, oh, he's approachable. But, like, the fucking, like, running up and talking to someone when they're eating, I was just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, that is so weird. And then this other chick just randomly sat down and, like, had no idea who he was. Like, it turns out. But she was just like, oh, my friend said that he's famous. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, then she talked about her tramp stamp, and I cut her off, and I was like, listen, I have a better tramp stamp. I don't care what you have to say. And then she also kept saying things that made me feel very old.
Nice.
She referred to Blink-182 as classic rock.
Ooh.
That fucking hurt my soul. She also said, though, I just kind of do what, like, anybody tells me to do. And I was like, you probably shouldn't. And
yeah, you probably shouldn't express that out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to run into the wrong guy. I'll tell you what, yeah.
It was cringe.
Yeah, I feel you.
Very cringe.
I'm cringing on the inside for you.
Dude, I feel it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into the meat and bones.
Let's do it.
The meat
this
and
is
potatoes.
a special episode because this is one I actually wrote myself.
Yeah.
So there
Aaron
we go.
Did all the research
I
for
did
this
all the work.
episode.
I did all the work for once.
And full disclosure, I've only listened to the album once all the way through. But I have listened to the single a fuck ton from this one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna carry the weight this time. That's okay. Whatever. I'll fucking deal with it. It's okay.
You know what? That's kind of what you have to do because I'm becoming a big celebrity
Yeah,
now.
I know.
Spencer Streichert, professional opener.
Spencer Streichert, almost famous.
Almost famous. Now I can walk into rooms at parties and
Which
go,
actually, it's funny, ties into this because the drummer of this band dated Drew Barrymore.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, as you can tell, the album this week is... Woo! It's the Strokes.
The new abnormal.
The new abnormal. Woo!
Woohoo. We do not actually possess a copy of this
But
album.
it's great because Sam has to track this. So
Sam's gonna try to do this all
I'm
in
doing
post.
as many circles as I can before he gets
Try to
mad
flip
at
it
me.
back and forth a couple times too. Yeah, making it very difficult on him. All right. So this is the Strokes' 6th studio album.
This is their 6th studio album.
It was released April 10th of 2020.
Of 2020 through Cult and RCA Records.
Yes, sir.
And it was produced by the legendary Rick Rubin.
Yes.
Which, I don't know if you know who Rick Rubin is.
I do.
You do.
Because I wrote this episode, and I do know him.
You do know him. I know him too. Not personally, but almost because I'm almost famous.
Yeah, you're almost famous. You're almost famous. Yeah.
So he's a pioneer of like hip hop, metal, fucking honestly pop. Like
Pop
he
music,
hits
yeah.
everything.
He's done some country albums.
Yeah, and you know who he's worked with?
I know. Well, tell me, Spencer.
LL Cool J.
He sure has.
Or Run DMC.
Mm-hmm.
Best Beastie Boys.
Yes, Bestie Boys, yeah.
Slayer.
That's the Bestie Boys. Slayer. Yeah.
Public Enemy.
Yeah.
Danzig.
Yeah.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes.
Jay-Z.
Yes.
Tom Petty.
Yes.
Johnny Cash.
He has.
9 Inch Nails.
Yes.
Connection there.
Yeah, I know.
System of a
That's why I
Down.
put it in that order. System of a Down, yeah.
Aerosmith.
Mm-hmm.
Sheryl Crow.
Yep.
Slipknot.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake.
He did.
Lil Jon.
Yeah.
Weezer.
Lil Jon.
Lil Jon. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Weezer. Yeah.
Audio Slave.
Yep.
The Chicks. I'm
Yeah.
assuming the Dixie Chicks.
That's
yeah.
I just went with their politically correct name.
U2.
You too, yeah.
Unfortunately, U2. Metallica.
Yeah.
Kid Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Adele.
Mm-hmm.
ZZ Top.
Yes.
Black Sabbath.
Yes.
Kanye West.
Kanye West. Yes.
Imagine Dragons.
Yes.
Eminem.
Mm-hmm. Who?
Lady Gaga.
Yes.
Ed Sheeran.
Yes.
Cat Stevens.
Mm-hmm.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Talent.
Yes. No.
Yeah.
Did they? Did he?
They think so.
No, I didn't see it on his list when I went through it.
Barbra Streisand.
One person he did work with that you'd like. He worked with the Dice Man, Andrew Dice Clay. The Day the Laughter Died. That's produced by Rick Rubin.
What?
Yeah, and his album, his comedy album before that is also produced by Rick Rubin.
Really?
Yeah, so Rick Rubin has had his toes in a little bit of everything.
So you're saying that I could get an album produced by Rick Rubin?
I mean, there is a chance. It's very, 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 very slim. But I'm sure there is one of these timelines. There's one where Rick Rubin is like, "Oh, Spencer, let's remake The Day the Laughter Dies."
I mean, I would do that.
You're funny as a glass of milk. Also, that's an awesome album. Everybody give it a listen. But yeah, you mentioned to me before this episode that you were looking for a list. So I added one in for you. It's not as organic as they usually are.
Yeah.
But I did put a list because Rick Rubin has worked with so many incredible people.
Katy Perry.
I don't think he's worked with Katy
Miley Cyrus.
No.
Taylor Swift.
No. You keep trying, but like I literally gave a list of like fucking 50 fucking artists. I feel like you can let it rest.
Jay-Z.
Yeah, he did work with Jay-Z. Yeah, it was on the list actually, believe it or not. Yeah, he did 99 Problems with Jay-Z.
Blake Shelton.
I don't think Blake Shelton, no.
Pharrell Williams.
That one I can't confirm or not confirm. That's a tough one to say. I don't think he has.
Bruce Springsteen.
No. Okay, fucking move on. Come on now.
Motley Crue.
No. The silence is deaf.
Glass Tiger.
Yeah, that's on the list. You guys, I literally went like picked the biggest names on the fucking list. Like you're not gonna get more fucking thorough than what I did. Took me like a good 15 minutes. Who did I miss?
He did a song for a South Park movie.
Yeah, he did do South Park movie.
He did the South Park movie?
Yeah, he did. And he did the Christmas special as well.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the song on the South Park movie?
I think he did the movie soundtrack. He helped with the movie soundtrack.
Wait, really?
Yeah, he produced the album.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So he's an Oscar nominee.
Yeah.
Winner.
Yeah, there you go.
He won an Oscar?
Didn't they win?
No, they only got nominated.
They only got nominated, yeah.
Yeah, no, fucking, I think Titanic won that year for the original song.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because it was Celine Dion.
Yes.
Celine Dion. Okay.
But he produced this Strokes album, which is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, and it was primarily recorded between 2017 and 2019 at Shangri-La Studios in Malibu, with additional recording that took place in Hawaii and in studios in LA County. Now, the studio that they were in LA was built in 58 and originally was a ranch property, but in the 70s it was converted into a studio with Bob Dylan's exact specifications in mind and then sold to Rubin.
Yeah, in 2011 he bought it.
That's fucking crazy.
And there's a big history of a lot of artists that have recorded in there, but this specific one, it was a ranch that was owned by, I forget the name of the actress, but she was like a Mexican,
Farrah Fawcett?
Spanish actress in the 1950s.
Selena Gomez?
Yeah, it was Selena Gomez, actually, you're right. The Wizard of Waverly Place from 1955. Spring Breakers, 1959. Yeah.
With Chet Baker as the lead.
Yeah, exactly.
That would have been a much better movie.
But yeah, recorded mainly in the studio in Malibu, which was cool. It was their first album in 7 years. From Come Down Machine, which was released in 2013, and they kind of took a big break. I remember what I wrote, so I'm kind of filling the gaps here. But they took a big break because, first of all, they couldn't get along, and then they also had a lot of solo projects, and they were doing a lot of tours, doing festivals, headlining festivals at the start of that decade. So
Yeah. Okay, so question.
yes.
How successful were their solo projects?
Well, this is actually a fun fact. So anytime the Strokes get booked at a festival, Julian Casablancas is in their contract required to have his other band perform.
Oh God, so his other band must suck.
The Voids. So anytime the Strokes perform anywhere, the Voids also have to perform.
Wow.
Yeah, and some of their other stuff, the guitarist Valenci's got like a metal project, and I'm not really sure about the other guys' solo work. But the Voids is probably the biggest out of them all. And then Casablancas is like actual stuff he's done on his own. Like he was producer on Random Access Memories, Daft Punk,
shit.
and he features a song on that, Instant Crush, and then he's worked with The Lonely Island and Pharrell and a couple other big artists. So his collaboration work is probably much more popular and successful than his other band and his solo stuff itself.
So you know what I think is really crazy? I don't know if people have connected the dots yet on how we've connected each episode to each other.
Yeah, it's been a real thorough plan.
It's been a real thorough plan.
Yeah, it's been our plan from the start. Yeah, no, definitely.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the album.
Yeah.
So the new Abnormal is generally considered an indie rock album having elements of 80s pop music, glam rock, dream pop, new wave post-punk, and electronica. What I think is really funny is it was definitely noticeable that they were using a lot of fucking weird synth beats in there.
Yeah.
Like they were just like wavy fucking things. What's it called? Bad Decisions. That song had a lot of it. The same with the last song on the album.
Ode to the Mets.
Yeah. A fuck ton of synth on those. My God.
There's so I think at the end here I mentioned it, but they actually had to give writing credits to two artists from the 80s because they directly ripped off. Like they gave it to them when they released the album, but Making Bad Decisions is Dancing with Myself. Like literally copied the chorus for that. So Billy Idol has a writing credit on that. Generation X, I guess, has a writing credit on that.
Wow.
And then the other one, Eternal Summer, I forget the name of the band that they took elements to the melody in the chorus from as well. So they've kind of copy and pasted some of the sound that they were directly drawing inspiration from.
That's
on
really
a couple songs. Yeah,
fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, but they kind of stay true. They do stay true to their sound as well, because the Strokes are kind of known for like these dueling guitars is kind of one of the main things of their sound, and that is included in the album. They have 2 guitarists and then a bass player and a drummer. So the 2 guitarists kind of play back and forth. Oh. I sloppy poppy.
You slopped on your pants.
I slopped on my pants.
Slopped on your pants.
But yeah, so it's got some dueling guitars and it kind of stays true to their sound. You could probably. I think I touched everything I wrote.
Yeah. The only thing that you did not touch on. These are 2 things. The album also includes a series of outtakes of studio charter interspersed throughout the album.
Yeah.
And then many of the lyrics of the album are thought to refer to Casablancas' divorce from his wife, Juliet Jocelyn.
Mm-hmm.
So, who the fuck is his wife?
I don't know. I think she was a model. Tough to say. But he does talk about it. It's not confirmed that he's talking about his wife, but also that he talks I know in the Adults Are Talking, he's talking about like the perception of the band. Because when they first came out, like Casablancas is from a really rich background, and same with Hammond Jr., one of their guitarists. His dad is a famous musician, so they were kind of viewed as like kind of phonies.
Is his dad in Metallica?
No, he's in he's a singer-songwriter. I can't remember what song he wrote, but he wrote a couple. He's got co-writing credits on a couple.
Crow-writing? He's got crow-writing? He
Crow
worked
writing.
with Sheryl Crow?
Yeah, I don't think he did. But
Did Rick Rubin work with Sheryl Crow?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I put that on the list.
Shania Twain.
No. But
George Strait.
he worked with the Strokes, so let's fucking talk about it. Anyways, I'm losing my train of thought. Anyways, they were from On the Adults Are Talking. He's talking about how they were perceived as, being these guys they're New York rock band, but the 2 of them come from very privileged backgrounds, and they were kind of perceived as phonies because they kind of were living this rock and roll lifestyle. They were dirty and grungy and stuff like that, but they were from, really rich families. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of some of the topics, as well as how they're perceived and how they, people look at the band then and now, where they're at now. So that's kind of some of the also additional content to the album.
And it's funny because like I know so many of their songs, but I have to say this was the first time I actually listened to a Strokes album. Because like they were played fucking everywhere, and like Last Night is in almost every single TV show in the mid 2000s.
Yeah, and they got a ton of songs. I mean, I'm a big fan of the Strokes. Like, I like them so much. Like, I kind of want to have a stroke. Like, it's on my bucket list now. No, I'm a big fan of them. Obviously, that's why I kind of took the reins on this episode. But they're a pretty iconic band, and let's get into about them. I do talk about that quite a bit, about who they have influenced and how their sound was kind of a part of a revival of rock and roll music in the early 2000s.
Yeah, so you kind of touched on this because they're from New York, formed in 1998. They were the leading group of the early 2000s indie rock revival, famous for their garage rock sound, and they were often paired with the White Stripes as pillars of garage rock's popularity at the time. Funny enough, I think they've held up better than the White Stripes. Mm-hmm. The White Stripes, I feel like, apart from the one song that's like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, Seven
boom,
Nation
boom,
Army.
Boom,
and they have, what's the other one?
Boom.
Fell in love with a girl.
Boom,
That one
boom,
too. Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, we're gonna cut you off. Boom,
No.
boom, boom, boom.
A
Seven Nation Army gonna hold you back.
Close enough. You're right. Fucking stick to the program. I'm gonna fucking murder you. You're being so fucking annoying today. I'm gonna fucking kick your ass.
Okay. Oh God. It's
Okay, I wrote a lot, so fucking read it. Jesus, I'm gonna fucking murder you.
lead singer-songwriter Julian Casablancas, guitarist Nick Valenci, and
Yes.
drummer Fabrizio.
Yeah.
Fabrizio.
You call him Fab.
Fab Moretti. They started playing together as teenagers while attending Dwight School in Manhattan. And then they formed an informal band in 1997. They later added bassist Nikolai Fratur to their ranks, a close childhood friend of Casablancas. At the end of 1998, the group invited guitarist Albert Hammond Jr. to play with them. They had then moved to New York. He had just moved to New York and reconnected with Casablancas. They were old friends when they went to school in Switzerland.
Yeah, they went to private school.
They went to private school in
That's what I was saying.
Switzerland.
That's what I was saying. They're fucking rich fuckers.
Wow.
Yeah, Casablancas got sent to Switzerland to improve his grades.
Oh,
You
wow.
fucking imagine, yeah. It's like, I went to New York to Geneva. Oh, really taught me a lesson. It's like, holy fuck, dude.
Get your act together or else I'll send you to the Bahamas.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll
what
send
the
you to
fuck?
a neutral country with like Alp mountains and fucking, hot women.
Yeah. And,
That'll teach you.
and also, like, a booming, bustling economy.
Yeah, that'll teach you.
That'll teach you. Oh, look at this very, very elegant
And for
backdrop.
Christmas, I'm gonna buy you an Omega instead of a Rolex, and that'll teach you. That'll teach you a good lesson, Julian.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That's so funny. Okay, so in the following 2 years, the band practiced and performed tirelessly in New York City. Many of their contemporaries have credited the band's early success to their dedication and hustle. They practiced most nights, and with many rehearsals taking place in the Music Building in Midtown Manhattan. They played their first show as The Strokes on September 14th, 1999, at the Spiral. They soon frequented Manhattan's rock clubs, including Hi-Fi Bar and the Luna Lounge on the Lower East Side of New York, and later Manhattan's popular Mercury Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
What I love about that is that their hard work and dedication is what really made them pop.
Yeah, and then following that, so they really went hard performing and practicing and getting sharp, and then they started writing music, and then they wrote this EP. I forget the name of it. I think I wrote it down, but it's a 4-track EP, and it blew the fuck up. Last Night was included on it, and they sent it to I forget the name. If you find it, read it.
Yeah, yeah. So it was the Modern Age EP.
Yes.
Oh God, sorry. I lost the mouse and I
That's
was
okay.
panicking for
That's
a second.
okay. That's okay.
So in 2000, they began working on the demo of the Modern Age EP. Band sent the demo to the newly reformed Rough Trade Records in the UK, sparking interest there and leading to their first release last night. The EP sparked a bidding war amongst record labels, the largest for the rock band in years. They inked a deal with RCA Records, and shortly after their first release, began working on a full-length album. This is it. Now, what's really crazy about that, it makes sense that they would, pop off in the UK because they have a very UK sound.
Yeah, so is actually so Last Night was released on the music publication website NME. They gave a free download to that track.
Wow.
And it sparked this huge fight to get them to sign a record deal with all these different record companies. It was like a big deal at the time. They had so much hype to write, to sign a record. Like, it's almost unheard of. You don't hear about that anymore. Somebody releases a demo and then it's big news, and record labels are all over it. It was a big story. They had a ton of hype behind them, and they signed with RCA and they write, "Is this it?" And it's a massive hit.
Dude, that's
Massive hit. Yeah. So in 2001, they wrote that record, and it's one of the most iconic records of that time period in rock and roll music.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think Rolling Stone named it number 10 of their debut, top 10, I think it was top 50 debut albums of all time. It ranked number 10.
Wow.
It completely injected a new sound into, the indie rock scene and kind of made rock music more popular, which in the years following, you get bands like the Killers, you get the Arctic Monkeys, you get Franz Ferdinand, Kings of Leon, that kind of make this popular rock music. It all kind of stems from that time when they popped off with this album.
Well, and also, at the time, it was either that or, Nickelback and Creed type shit, right? So, you realistically, you had, two sounds of rock that were becoming really popular at the time. Did not cross over at all, though.
No.
Which is insane. Because now you, if you listen to, rock, radio or alt radio or anything, there's so much fucking crossover amongst, different styles. Back then, though, my God, there was not.
No, and this was something I'd say that was fairly unique for the time as well. There wasn't a lot of bands making this style of music. It's kind of got a raw element to it. A lot of their music sounds rough and raw on the edges, but that's kind of the appeal of it as well. So, but this album in 2001, is a smash hit. They began touring like fucking internationally. They're big in the UK. I mean, they opened for the Rolling Stones. I think I wrote this in as a joke, but they opened for the Rolling Stones on like their 15th retirement tour in 2001. Yeah, but they on their the North American leg of the tour, they opened for the Rolling Stones. Like this shot them right to fame. They were big in Australia, the UK, Europe. Like this was a big moment for the band. So they release this album and everything kind of changes for them.
That's fucking crazy. So released in October of 2001, Is This It shot the band to international fame, peaking at number 2 in the UK, number 5 in Australia, and number 33 in the US. Tracks such as Last Night, Someday, and Hard to Explain getting regular airplay. In retrospect, the album is viewed as massively influential on the rock scene, especially in the UK. We touched on this. In 2011, Rolling Stone named it number 10 on their list. We touched on that. The band began touring with getting fame in the US, performing with on the talk show circuit. So they were doing like the Late Show.
Yeah, they were doing Conan and Letterman and Leno. Yeah.
Carson Daly.
Possibly. No, I've never watched
Adam
that
Carolla.
show. Yeah, maybe. I've never watched that
Jimmy
either.
Kimmel.
I don't know if he was on at that time.
Daily Show.
No, I don't think that was on either.
Eric Andre.
Nah.
Daily Show had a music segment.
I don't think they did.
No.
I was just listing more things.
Yeah. But yeah, they were on TV.
Okay.
To get to the point. Yeah, they were on TV.
So following the success. Following the success of their debut album, the band released Room on Fire in 2003 with the standout single Reptilia, which I fucking love that song. Although the album received positive reviews, many critics panned its similarities to their debut album, citing a lack of growth from the group. It wasn't nearly the same commercial success as its predecessor, which I hate when people say that because like I feel like if we were looking at like an artist like say Kanye and like not that I'm like I don't want to keep bringing him up, but I'm going to for the sake of like his first 3 albums sound exactly the fucking same and nobody's gonna bitch about that. Graduation and College Dropout are the fucking same album, just with different beats.
I feel like I disagree, but that's for another time.
I fucking just
That's for another time. I feel like
but
I
I'm
disagree.
saying like I feel like there's
Yeah,
Kanye West.
yeah. I've already.
fuck Kanye.
I don't want to
We're
mention.
Swifties
I don't want
now.
to mention him anymore, as I previously said.
I know. I'm sorry. I brought him up.
That's okay. Even though.
Yeah, Taylor Swift's first 3 albums do sound the same.
Even though it's very hard because he dropped a song on his Instagram and it was actually really good. And I listened to it. I was like, "Oh fuck,
Dude, it's like easy. I really liked when that song came out.
yeah, it was really good." And I was like, "Why? Do you, like when you open your mouth to make music, it's so good, but when you open your mouth to fucking say anything else, it's terrible."
Yeah, you know what? He's one of those people that just needs to not be able to talk.
Yeah, people need to stop giving him
Platforms.
interviews. Yeah, but it's clout.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Okay, so in 2005, the band released First Impressions of Earth, which to date is the worst performing album commercially and critically. Although they attempted to evolve their sound, it was met with mixed reviews. So you can't fucking win. Critics are cocks.
Literally, I put a quote in there about
Fuck
that. Read
me.
the quote that Casablancas said about that.
Casablancas quoted saying, "With Room on Fire, people were giving us shit because they said that we were sounding too much the same. With the third album, we were getting shit that we don't sound like Room on Fire. We got fucked the same thing twice." Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
No, fuck that.
Yeah, he literally summed it up perfectly. They got fucked by the same thing twice. I don't think this is a bad album either. There's a couple really good songs on it, but I get like what their frustration. It totally makes sense. Like they sounded too much the same. Now they don't sound enough like the Strokes. This is kind of where they started incorporating more synths and things like that in their music. But I don't think it's a bad album. It just wasn't successful for them. So
Yeah, no, but like, fuck that.
Yeah.
That annoys me. This album does not have does have some classic Strokes tunes, such as You Only Live Once and Heart in a Cage. The band toured extensively in 2005 to 2007 with Casablancas, stating to fans once the tour was complete, they would be going on hiatus. In 2007, they announced that they needed a break. Infighting, substance abuse, conflicting solo projects, long tours, and the nature of Casablancas' meticulous creative process led to the hiatus. I love this part of every band. The infighting. Let's get into it.
Yeah, so I think on there, so they took a 5-year break. And I do touch on this later on in what I wrote, but basically Casablancas wrote the first 3 albums, and each of the other members of the band got 1 writing credit on each of the albums.
Wow.
So he was like a bit of a control freak, and he was very, very difficult to deal with, very meticulous about what he wanted. So that caused a lot of issues within the band. That he was so intense and, very non-compromising.
So he was a camper?
Yeah, I guess so.
Because he was intense.
Yeah. I got it. I just, I got it. But yeah, so so I think as a quote I put when they get to 2011, when they come back with Angles, they kind of talk about how miserable it was making music together.
Okay, yeah. So after a 5-year hiatus, they returned in 2011 with Angles. Standout track, Under the Cover of Darkness. Album once again received mixed reviews from fans and critics alike. Well, now the fans are also mixed. What the fuck? They can't win. The main criticism that the band was not a cohesive unit. It was heavily inspired by the Velvet Underground's 1970 record Loaded. Enemy is quoted saying it lives up to its name by coming at you from some very obtuse places.
I like that quote because it's named Angles. So this made me laugh.
Fucking great.
Yeah.
In a 2020 Guardian article, the band discussed this time period. A low point was reached with 2011's Angles, a labored album that sounded as if it was made by a band who did not want to record it at all, which, reading between the lines of what Casablancas says, is not that far from the truth. We weren't in harmony. We were contractually bound to a band that is now limiting to our personal lives. I guess it's not that controversial, really. There was conflict, and there was fear, and we got through it, and we made records, but it wasn't, out of pure brotherly love and musical inspiration.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of lines to read through there. It kind of fucking spells it out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we're contractually bound to be a band, and it's not good for us, and we're making like music that doesn't inspire us.
Yeah, which I feel like a lot of bands get into that place, and it sucks like reading that, Okay, much of this conflict came from his controlling nature, as we've talked about. Casablancas looked back on this saying, I think wanting to be in charge and wanting something to be good are different things. One is about selfishness, the other is about something objective. Is this person just an egomaniac wanting control, or is this someone who can actually make it better? And that's just life. Well,
I kind of like picked that quote specifically because it still kind of makes him sound like a fucking douchebag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, you can be good at anything and still be an egomaniac.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're really good at podcasting.
Yeah.
We're the top music history podcast, English speaking music history podcast in Chile.
Yeah.
And you don't hear us telling people how they need to do their podcasts.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the infighting we have behind the scenes, though, is
it's
incredible.
pretty insane. It is rivaling Tim Dillon and Ben Avery.
Yeah.
It's really rivaling them. But I will say that we're better than Joe Rogan. So
that's
that.
true. Yeah, we get off the mic and we fist fight.
That's
so
true.
Basically, every time we hit up the fight, I take my shirt off and we just start scrapping.
Dude, we oil each other up too beforehand.
Oh yeah, that's just for pleasure.
That's and the OnlyFans.
Yeah, and the OnlyFans.
All right,
coming soon.
Okay, so in 2013 they released "Come Down Machine." Decided to do zero promotion for the album due to the infighting. It did not perform fantastically, although the reviews were favorable, averaging 68% on Metacritic. They continued touring and headlining festivals in the US and Europe. They quietly released a 4-track EP in 2016 called Future, Present, Past on Casablancas' label Cult, and they began a tour of South America in 2017, playing to 90,000 people in Argentina at Lollapalooza. After this tour, the band stopped performing for 2 years, returning in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So, they fucking tour South America, they do Lollapalooza. They're having a fucking awful time doing it, though.
Oh, I'd say so. Yeah, it's I mean, they do kind of. I think they mended up with this current album, which is one of the reasons why I picked it, because it actually feels like they're back to form. But they were having a really tough stretch for a long time. So like, I mean, from probably 2007 forward, like they were not happy being a band, and they were not happy making music together, and they were not happy touring together, and it showed. And I mean, some of it also comes from them having like some serious substance abuse problems. I think I touched that on the end. Like Casablancas was an alcoholic. His manager is quoted to saying is like,
and heroin addiction.
And heroin. Can you read the quote from his manager?
Yeah. He said that he was a drunken nightmare to society as a whole.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then the guitarist Hammond Jr., I mean, he said he was going in between injecting cocaine and
cocaine, ketamine, heroin, and cocaine.
He would go back and forth from doing ketamine, injecting himself with ketamine, and then injecting himself with cocaine, and then going to heroin, and then going to fucking cocaine.
I don't
again.
understand why people like ketamine.
I've never done it.
I've done it twice. Once because it was given to me in the hospital.
Did you K-hole?
Dude, I fucking K-holed hard.
Yeah.
They were like, think happy thoughts. I had a broken femur. I was like, that's not happening. And they fucking shoot me full of ketamine, and then I looked at my doctor. He had 6 fucking eyes. His face turned purple. And then my mom was like, it's okay. And she's holding my head, looking down at me, and her tongue rolled out of her face, and a car drove down it. And then I was sitting in the car, and I was like, why do people do drugs? Because I was like 14 at the time.
Yeah, people. For some reason, it's really popular in the UK and Ireland.
Dude, I don't know.
Cocaine is really popular over there too. Like, yeah.
I don't know what it is about like the UK.
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
but it's really like, I mean, I don't know. A lot of people, the people I've met that are from that region in the world, like to do cocaine.
Dude, fucking the people that are like absolutely crazy about ketamine though.
Yeah,
they're weird people.
I'd say so. Yeah,
They're always weird.
They go to Shambhala, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if we can technically call that a music festival.
It's like, hang out with hippies in the forest, do drugs. Yeah. That'll cost you $800. No.
Okay, so speaking of the UK, band has a much bigger influence in the UK.
Yeah, and what
than they do at home.
Exactly, and that's one of the
US.
weird thing about them. They're really popular in the UK, and they actually like directly inspired one of the best rock bands of the recent, like probably 10, 15 years. The Arctic
CKY?
Monkeys.
Oh.
No, Arctic Monkeys. The Arctic Monkeys, like in their one of their most recent albums, like he literally sings like, I just wanted to be a member of the Strokes.
Oh,
like,
that's so dope.
So like Alex Turner saw them in 2003, and like it was a really big influence on their music.
I said, I bet that you look good on the dance floor. I'm not looking for anything romantic.
Like if you
I
think,
don't
if you
know
look
what
at their,
you're looking for.
if you look at their early stuff in the early like 2000s, 2005. I think their first big album was 2006, but they sound very similar to the Strokes, same sort of deal. So they were directly inspired by them, and they also inspired the Killers and Kings of Leon. Like I said, like other bands quote the Strokes, and especially their first album is a main inspiration for them to be making music and making that style of music.
And also their first album, the album art is so fucking cool. Like the lady's side figure with the hand on her bum with the leather glove. Oh, that's a fucking iconic one.
One fun thing about that album too is they talk about it. They were completely drunk when they wrote and recorded that album.
Really?
Yeah, they said they were drunk the whole time. They were just drinking. They said they were drinking a lot of alcohol, and they were extremely focused. It's the quote.
Wow.
Yeah. So they were fucking hammered, and they wrote arguably their best album. So
that's insane.
Up to this point, at least. Anyways,
that's super fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's like really nuts. Okay, so notable track lists and singles. Let's fucking get into this. My favorite song, The Adults Are Talking.
Yep.
I didn't even know that was a Strokes song. It was in my liked. I when I started listening to the album and that came on, I was like, oh, I fucking know this song.
Yeah, that's the first one on the album. It's an awesome fucking tune.
And it blew up on TikTok and everything else. My God, that actually that song fucking blew up.
It's a really good song. One of my favorite Strokes songs of all time.
Selfless, At the Door, Bad Decisions, At the Door Again.
Sorry.
Ode to the Mets. Why Are Sundays So Depressing? I like all these songs. Ode to the Mets, I think, is really funny because it sounds like the end song of an album.
Yeah, I like At the Door quite a bit, and I think Why Are Sundays So Depressing? It might be my favorite song on the album. I really, really like that track. Those are kind of At the Door, The Dolls Are Talking, and Why Are Sundays So Depressing were kind of my 3 standout tracks when I first listened to the album when it first came out. My brother actually sent it to me because I didn't even know they were fucking dropping an album. He just sent it to me. He's like, hey, listen to this new Strokes album like the day after it dropped.
Oh, shit.
And I had nothing to do because at the time there was fucking COVID.
There was COVID.
Yeah. So
and you know what? What a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I like it when a lot of people die. That's a George Carlin album. That's actually a title of a George Carlin album. It's called I Kind of Like It When a Lot of People Die, and it was supposed to be released on September 12th of 2001. And then they had to prolong the release, and it never got released, and then it got released during the pandemic, which is super funny.
I think that whole 9/11 thing, now that you said that, is just tied into the promotion of that album. I think that was planned.
I think so too.
Yeah, for George Carlin. It was an inside job by George Carlin. Yeah. Nothing to do with the US government or terrorism.
That's the only time he bombed.
Yeah. That was actually good. You know, that was a good one. I give that to you. But yeah, I think a good chunk of these tracks are really good. My main criticism, I'm gonna jump ahead, is like Bad Decisions is not a good song. It was a bad decision putting that song on the album. I do not like it.
I actually didn't mind that song.
Making bad decisions. It's like,
Yeah, I know, but it you know what? Okay, what I would say is that it kind of reminds me of like older Strokes shit.
I think it reminds me of Dancing With Myself, because it's the exact hook.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
It didn't do anything for me. That's the only song I didn't like on the album. That's the only one I don't love.
No, that makes sense. Okay, so should we get into the reception?
Yeah, let's get into the reception.
All right. They received their first Grammy nomination for The New Abnormal for Best Rock Album, winning the Grammy at the 63rd Annual Grammys. How the fuck did Last Night not get nominated for a Grammy?
They did not win a Grammy or get nominated for anything. Up to this point, this is the only album that, as is The Strokes, they have won a Grammy or been nominated. That's fucking
insane.
Like, Casablancas has won Grammys individually, like he won with Daft Punk.
Yeah.
But other than that, they had not been nominated as a group. So this was the first time they actually won.
That's fucking actually wild.
Yeah, it's
I genuinely cannot believe that, because I think that their first album, like, I like this album, but I think their first album has more fucking tracks on it that I'm like into, you know?
Most people say their first album is their best album, which is totally fair.
Yeah,
totally fair.
But I'm like, what the fuck was nominated at that time? Like, I'm guessing it was Nickelback, Creed.
I'd have to look back and see, but sometimes in that early 2000s, they had a real big thing of nominating like past artists, like big artists in the 80s and the 90s. Their new shit always got nominated.
Yeah, I bet it was like
I bet
it was like Tommy Lee's fucking
or like
drum fucking band.
Like weird shit got fucking nominated at that time. They like because rock was in this transitional period.
Yeah,
where there wasn't a lot of huge massive bands that weren't from before.
Yeah,
like in the early 2000s, that's when all the bands, the big bands that were of the 2000s and the 2010s started making their imprint, obviously because they came out at that time. But there wasn't any big rock bands from Oh,
you know what I bet it was? I bet fucking like Limp Bizkit got
probably
nominated.
Probably. Which Rick Rubin also worked with Limp Bizkit. So there you go.
Ooh, did he work with Korn?
I don't know. That's one I'd have to look into. But he did work with Limp Bizkit. So
he did work with Limp Bizkit.
Yeah. I shouldn't have brought that up because now you're just going to fucking go on and on and on and on.
Did he work with Alanis Morissette?
No, he did not.
Damn it.
I'm going to Alanis Morissette set you on fire if you don't shut the fuck up, dude.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Receiving favorable reviews, an average score of 75% on Metacritic. 5 out of 5 stars from the Times. 4.5 out of 5 stars from AllMusic, 3.5 out of 5 from the Rolling Stones. Many critics view this album as a return to form for the Strokes. Will Hodgkinson of the Times awarded the album 5 stars, labeling it their second masterpiece following Is This It, 2001. He praised Rick Rubin's production as well as the band's overall sound, saying that the Strokes sound like a band again. Heather Praise of AllMusic noted, The New Abnormal marks the first time in a while that the Strokes have made truly exciting music. But not all reviews have been favorable, because critics are fuckfaces. Pitchfork gave the album a 5.7 out of 10 in a review, And Sam Sodomski, well, he's sodomizing this fucking album. He mentioned that the album was sluggish and slight, and the strongest hooks are so familiar that they require additional writing credits to the 80s hits they copy note for note. It went to number 1 on the Billboard Alternative charts, number 1 on the Billboard Top Album Sales, number 1 on the Top Rock Albums, and peaked at number 8 in the Top 200. Now, first of all, fuck critics.
Yeah.
Most of the critics, I have to say, don't know their ass from their hands when it comes to music, it seems. Because that's what I've been learning with all of this. It's like you'll have something that gets great reviews or like an album that, is undeniably good. And they're like, I need to find something bad about it, so I'm just going to make something up. And yeah. Like, God, I hate critics.
It kind of sounds like what we kind of do. Not to get too meta, we don't know a lot about music and we review albums.
No, Aaron, it's different.
It's
different, Aaron.
I think you literally just described what we do on the podcast.
Aaron, our podcast is different.
It's like people that don't know about music, they talk about music like they know about music.
Aaron, this is different. Aaron, we have been upfront that we don't know anything about music.
I know we have, but you literally
people like
it, dude.
They like our candor.
You literally described it. It just got really meta for me there. Just she just like, I fucking hate it. I'm like, well, dude, like, maybe look in the mirror.
I'm self-loathing. You know this about me.
Sorry. Let me regain some control. Anywho. Whew.
So, about the culture at the time, 2020, that was when COVID happened.
Yeah, it was when COVID happened.
Political unrest, George Floyd, BLM protests, and more. Did you go to any BLM protests?
I did not.
Okay, I did.
I did not. The one, no, there was
Did you, Sam? Hell
there was
yeah.
a big one in Toronto, but I was a little COVID paranoid at the time.
Yeah, fair.
So I did not want to catch COVID.
I honestly thought I was going to die of COVID if I got it.
Yeah, I drank, like, now you look in hindsight and you can say, it's definitely real. It definitely happened. People definitely died. But like the whole world shutting down and how paranoid and how the news was coming out, all the different stories and things like that. Like I got a little freaked out by the old COVID. So
I got a little terrified too. I used to wear gloves and I would double mask before going to the grocery store, and I would wash all of the groceries that came into the apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I remember I never washed groceries, but man, I remember I'd go to the grocery stores at weird times to avoid people and fucking yeah, I'd like wearing masks outdoors, like that was strange too. Yeah, no. Fucking weird times, man.
It was so weird.
Like I know what I mean everybody went through it, so it's not really like
didn't know what was happening.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You had no idea, and the fucking when it first came out, like it was craziness. Like you had like the whole world fucking stopped. Like that'll probably never ever happen again. Like
I mean, not in our lifetime.
no,
anyways.
like literally the whole world stopped. Like within like 2 days, suddenly everything was shut down. I fucking lost my job. There was like all you're just sitting at home doing nothing out of nowhere, man. It was craziness.
That was fucking wild.
It was literally like you look back at it and you're like, holy shit, that'll never ever happen again.
Yeah.
That was like the wildest thing I've ever experienced.
That is quite literally the only time it will happen.
Yeah.
And it was fucking... It's kind of depressing looking back on it because, like, I wish that I had taken advantage of the doing nothing a little bit more.
That's all I did, dude. And
I
I feel the opposite way. I was like...
Fucking...
I was like waking up at like 3:30 and then going to bed at 7 a.m. like for no reason, dude. Had no like I'd be like I'm gonna go like my big like thing of the day be like I'm gonna go outside and go for a walk was like my big thing I'm doing today. It's like I'm going for a walk. Yeah, smoking the weeds, drinking the beers. I was drinking fucking beers. I'd go to the LCBO and I'd buy a flat of Lowenbrau.
Ooh.
So for the week I had 24 tall boys.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'd sit at home and I'd play League. And I would fucking smoke spliffs and drink beer. And then that was like on repeat. Days melted into days. Yeah.
It's weird that the entire world kind of became like that
Yeah.
for a while. You
Yeah,
know?
and like at the time it was like awesome for like the first week.
Aren't you glad you didn't have any fuck trophies to deal with?
What do you mean?
Like kids?
Oh yeah, that's true. Fuck
Like-
trophies. I've never heard
yeah.
that before.
Like, I'm so glad that I didn't have to deal with kids
Yeah.
at home. That would
Well,
have sucked.
like imagine like to like
Man, this beer really fucking hit me. This is a heavy beer.
I took one sip. I cannot. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I barely even touched it.
Dude,
yeah.
I have drank almost the whole thing, and I'm feeling it.
keep going.
Let's get
I'm-
back on topic.
Fuck. Holy shit. Okay, so, yeah, not being able to see friends and family, all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have to go into it. I feel like everybody said everything that needs to be fucking said. But the interesting thing about this album, like, they wrote it and titled it before COVID happened.
Which
And
is pretty crazy.
The new abnormal being the title when fucking everyone's like, this is the new normal. It's pretty funny that's the title of the album. So it did kind of suit perfectly. And he talked about it. I don't think I put a quote in about it, but he talked about it, how it kind of organically ended up fitting the times really, really well. He's like, yeah, that wasn't our intention, but the title and the album itself kind of talks about, you know, things changing in life being different and, you know, how people perceive things. And he was like, yeah, it kind of fit perfectly to what we were talking about. So, and the timing we were in. So it was kind of nice. Yeah.
Remember before the pandemic when you and I were walking down an alley and we found a couch for my new apartment?
Yeah.
That was weird.
That'll also never happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that couch sucked, dude. Remember when you fucking wanted to take that leather fucking? This is the dumbest thing like Spencer has ever said to me. So we had this shitty fucking couch in our apartment when we lived together, and it was fake leather, and it was fucking peeling. Like you'd sit on it, it'd stick to your ass. And
Yeah.
Spencer was moving back to fucking Calgary, and he's like, "I want to ship this couch. I want to take it with me." It was like the shittiest, most beaten down couch that was fucking passed down probably from like 8 different people.
I mean, it was comfy to sit on.
Yeah, it was okay, but you get up and you'd have leather stuck to your back and your
I
ass.
could have gotten a couch cover.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that was a bad choice. And you were like so set on it, and you're like, it's only gonna cost me $700. Like, just buy a new couch, fucking doofus. Like, buy a new couch that's better for that price.
Okay, let's get into our fun facts.
Yes.
Okay, so, in October of 2020, on Joe Rogan,
2022.
2022.
Yes. In October of 2022, Rick Rubin announced that he was on a mountain in Costa Rica recording a new Strokes album.
Which is fucking insane.
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was mountains in Costa Rica.
There you go. It could just be like could be exaggerating. It could just be a large hill. But they're making a new album together, so I thought that was cool. So that's gonna be coming out, I'd say, probably within a year or so. I don't know if they've announced anything, but fucking new Strokes album, same producer. Hopefully they.
What do you think it's gonna be called?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how he predicts the future this time.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's like
Nuclear war.
Yeah.
World War III.
Evisceration.
Yeah.
The final war.
The final war.
The final war.
Just putting it out there.
Ah.
We'll never know. We never know.
Nothing trumps that.
We're gonna be in a Biden.
That's true, though.
Nice. I don't know where to go from there. But
I don't know either. I'm not gonna lie. It would be
I'm trying to find something for Zelensky, but that's really difficult.
yeah. No, he's got enough press. We don't. Need to do
Yeah,
more.
that's true. Times Man of the Year.
Dude. He's like the nurses of 2022.
We should bang some pots to honor them again. That was another weird thing that happened in COVID.
Yeah,
7
why?
o'clock, everybody bang your pots on your balconies.
Pots for the nurses. Bang, 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 bang. Like, what a stupid fucking
Do you remember
thing.
that? Oh, okay.
Oh my god, it was so fucking annoying.
It was in Toronto, dude. At 7 o'clock every night during COVID, people would go out
and in Calgary.
on their balconies, and they'd hit their kitchen pots to honor the
Bang,
nurses.
bang, 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 and it would be super fucking
And the
loud.
nurses that have to work the fucking like middle of the morning shift, they're trying to sleep. Like they're like, fuck, man, they gotta start at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck me, dude.
And everybody else that's just in their apartment is like, why are you doing this? This is so fucking obnoxiously
Yeah, people
loud.
would beat pots and honk their horns like 7 o'clock every day. Another weird thing that happened in COVID. Yeah,
Dude, I people are so fucking
they're like,
weird.
this brings us together. I was like, no, it pisses me off.
it just really annoys me.
Really high, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, this will bring everybody together. I was like, no, it's just gonna piss everybody off.
Okay.
Should we get into the review of this album?
Yeah. So.
Oh, you got your fun fact.
Yes. So
about the name of the Strokes.
The Strokes got their name because it was the only name that they could all agree on.
Which is suiting for the band. So
yeah, the Strokes. It should be the Ego Strokes with Casablancas.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Review of the album. So on Misfits on Vinyl, the #1 English-speaking music podcast in Chile. We always go through a review of the album where we talk about the technical element, the musical element, lyrics, reception, album art, and does it hold up. We do it out of 10 for each of those, except for does it hold up. It's a yes or no answer. We kind of also have a maybe in there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
sometimes.
Okay, so
Kinda?
Sorta? Okay, so technical element. I mean, Rick Rubin produced it. It's pretty fucking flawless technically.
There is some choices that like some of the songs he condenses like the fucking synth on it really hard. I wouldn't say it's bad, but I'm not gonna say it's like the best produced album I've ever seen.
No, I would probably put it at like an 8 or so.
Yeah, I'll give it. Let's go 7.5.
7.5.
That's fair. Yeah.
All right. So musical element. I like the dueling guitars, but I don't know if it like there was some parts of it like when we were talking about like the synth, like there's elements of that I was kind of like on.
They're like even the guitars, they're pretty simplistic in their chord progressions, and they're like, you know, it's not anything like groundbreaking. There are a couple that I really do like the Why Are Sundays So Depressing? That's a fucking good little riff. But I wouldn't say it's anything super, super groundbreaking, like anything different, which is, I mean, hard to do anyways. But it's not, you know, I don't think it's the main point of why the album is good. I think they sound great all together.
Yeah.
And it sounds cohesive, but I don't think it's anything like super, super crazy.
Yeah, so I would probably say like 6.5 to a 7.
Yeah, I was even gonna go 6.
Yeah,
like,
6.
Yeah, like I'd say it's pretty mid.
All right, so we're at a 7 right now altogether. So lyrics, wow, this is kind of a mixed bag because there's some songs where it's like really good, and there's some songs like you said, Bad Decisions, where it's really not.
And some of it are like I had to go back and actually look at the lyrics, because when Casablancas is singing in his like falsetto, and sometimes they alter his voice a little bit, you can't actually
and
make
that's
out.
where like I was always like when I was listening to it, I was looking at the music or the lyric genius or whatever, right? So like I don't know, I would honestly like the songs that are good on it, like that are really good, like The Adults Are Talking, Why Are Sundays So Depressing, like those ones have great lyrics. And then there's like Ode to the Mets and Bad Decisions, where I'm like
At the Door, I think, is really well written. I do like that. Like it's got a lot of metaphors in it, and I like that song. So we could probably give them like a 7, I'd say is fair, or even a 6.5.
I would say like a 6.5 probably. So we're at like 6.75 right now. Reception, it was received pretty fucking well.
Yeah.
I'd give it like an 8.
Yeah, I mean, it won the Grammy for Best Rock Album. It was kind of brought them back into the spotlight. So yeah, I'd cool with an 8. 8 works for me.
So now we're at a 7.25. Album art's incredible.
Oh, that's something we didn't talk about.
Oh yeah.
So the album art is Bird on Money by Jean-Michel Basquiat. He's a famous neo-expressionist artist, street artist from the 80s. Him and Keith Haring kind of revitalized the art scene in the early 80s. I'm a really into this time period in art. Like, I'm a big Keith Haring fan, and I like Basquiat quite a bit as well. He used to work with Andy Warhol. They did a collab project. But this was actually a tribute to Charlie Parker, whose nickname was Birdie. So if you look at the album, obviously we have it in person here. If you have a look at it, it's a big bird in the middle. There's all sorts of different symbolisms. Basquiat's style is very interesting.
And guess who opened for Charlie Parker on a series of West Coast engagements?
Let me guess. Chet Baker.
Yeah.
It's all tied together.
But
yeah, that's a really cool piece that they chose to put as the cover. I'm a big fan of his art and kind of what he represented for the time. So I thought it was a really interesting cover piece, and I think
Yeah.
it's a famous piece of art from a famous artist, and to get the rights to that to put on your album probably cost some good amount of money.
Now, okay, so I have a question for you. Now, because like, okay, this is a bigger overall question for how we review things, but okay, now when we talked about Chet Baker's album and we gave the lyrics a lower score because he didn't write them.
Yeah.
So because this is art that was already out there.
I don't know if I agree with that, because how many bands actually make their own fucking album covers, design their own album covers? They usually hire somebody to do that.
That's true.
For them. So I don't know if I can agree with your thought process on
But
this one.
the only reason I'm saying that is because like that we gotta have the standard of like, if they didn't do it, we can like, do we review that separately from the artist or not?
Well, I think you can review the art itself, but also how well does it tie into the album? I think you can do both, because I'm sure there's lots of albums that have borrowed fucking famous photos or done things that are so I don't know. I think it's fine to review this with the album and give it a good score because it's a nice piece of art.
My question is, like, you gave Thriller a 10 out of 10, but what's his face? Zimmerman shot it and like did it. Why did that get a 10 out of 10? Michael Jackson didn't do that.
No, that's
He didn't
but
design that.
but that was a part of that album, right?
Yeah.
Now, like the okay, I get what you're saying, but
He hired somebody to portray what he wanted.
yes, but then we also like we talk about the technical elements, and we when we're doing that, we're talking about the producers and the engineers and the work that they do. Right?
I'm curious too if they chose the album art after or before, and whether they drew inspiration from the album art itself for the album. That would also, I think, could make a difference as well, because whether they chose it after or before, I think they probably had it in mind beforehand. I mean, it was painted in 1981, so it's not a new piece of art. I mean, it's 40 years after the release of this album. So,
but it also is crazy because it looks like very fitting for the album.
Yeah,
cover,
that's why I think it's a really good album cover.
I didn't know the original piece.
Well, like, if I would ask you this, like Andy Warhol's, he did a banana cover for the Velvet Underground for Loaded. Not Loaded, there's a different now. I forget the name of the album. It's Velvet Underground and Nico. It's a giant banana. And, and it's like a painted banana, and that's a iconic piece of art on its own, and they use it in the album cover. Like, there's a I don't know if it's it really affects the rating of the album, because if it's a good piece of art and they used it on their cover, if it suits the album, I think it suits the album. I think you can give it a good rating.
So then my question is, does that not apply to lyrics then? If they're doing an album all of covers?
I think they're two different things. I think it's two different things, not in the same boat, because you can't, like, the lyrics, they're not, we gave him a tougher rating on his lyrics because they were not his own. And I guess we also, for this album, we didn't give him a great score on their lyrics either, because they did steal harmonies or melodies and direct choruses.
But it was also, like, I mean, I also think that just, like, Bad Decisions, even if they didn't steal it, that song specifically would drop it down just because of the fucking repetition of lyrics.
I don't know.
You know I hate repetition.
I think it's a tough one to comment on. I think it's different. I think it's different because the art is not a part of the music. It's a part of the, it's a part of the album as a whole, but it doesn't directly, like, I could listen to this album and never see the album cover and be like, oh, it's still a good album. I still, where it's like, if I listen to the Chet Baker album and like listen to the lyrics and I recognize the song, be like, oh, like, is this a cover? It kind of affects his hands aren't all over the actual music compared to the cover. I don't think the cover is as big of a deal as the actual music itself.
Okay.
The actual lyrics.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Sort of, yes. Okay, like, I understand what you're saying about it now. Like, that I do understand.
Because the cover, it's how they portray the album to people's eyes,
but
it doesn't
also,
affect
like,
the ears.
The album art, though, the reason I think that, like, we do have it in the review is because, like, if you were at a record store, which, like, we like records, we like the physical copies. If I was at a record store and I saw an album art, is it gonna catch my eye enough to be like, I'm gonna try something new?
Yeah, that's true. And if I was like, walking through the record store and I didn't know this album, didn't know the Strokes, but I did know Basquiat, I'd be like, oh, this is a Basquiat painting. It looks like
and it's also
Basquiat.
crazy that there's no writing on their album cover, at all. So when you see that in a record store, you're literally just looking at it and seeing a Basquiat.
What's interesting too is that Come Down Machine, the record before this, was literally just like the cover. If you look it up, it's like a very generic, like a pressing cover for a vinyl. It's like literally RCA Records, The Strokes, Come Down Machine, and it's red, and that's all it is.
Oh shit!
Yeah, with like a little bit, so it doesn't even look like an actual album cover. So this is interesting that they went the whole different way with it.
Yeah. Fuck, that's crazy.
They do have some good album covers too. I mean, they have a couple really nice ones. Angles, I really like the album cover. It's cool.
Okay, so album art, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10 then.
That I can agree with.
Okay,
I can give it an 8.
So we're up to a 7.75 right now. Okay, does it hold up? Yeah,
I mean, it's not old.
Just fucking came out.
It's not that old.
Yeah,
I think absolutely it holds up.
So okay, so 7.75 out of 10.
Yeah, that seems fair.
All right. Great. Well, fucking 8. That was a fun pod.
Yeah, that was a fun pod.
I don't like. I will say this. I don't like being the not researcher. I found out.
Yeah, I think you were struggling this episode.
I was really struggling.
I know.
I was fucking like I didn't know what to do with my hands.
See, my job is hard.
Your job is hard.
We've grown a new appreciation for each other today.
Yeah, like I understand. I'm the Opie of this podcast now. I understand that. I need to be the one that has control over the fucking.
Well, I think you like it because you can steer the conversation a little bit.
Yeah.
Where I have enough general knowledge about who we're talking about and the topics to fill in and comment on what we're talking about. But I kind of had.
Whereas I think I learn a lot each week.
Yeah, you learn a lot each week. Yeah.
I think that I learn a lot each week, and I also look at. Because I'll learn about albums that I'm really passionate about, but I might not learn about the artist or like about the people that are like attached to it, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why I think like I love doing the research, because I'm like, oh shit, I get to like find out like all these connections between albums that I really like, and like. Oddly enough, a lot of our albums that we've talked about, there are so many crossover connections where you're just like, shit, that's crazy.
Which I feel like is just a natural thing of music in general. I mean, like, look how many people we just listed off for Rick Rubin. Like, imagine how many albums we could touch on that he's had his hand on, dude. Like, we barely even dove into our podcast yet. Like, I mean, we're 4 months in, 5 months in.
We're 3
months in. There you go.
You know what I also realized? Our 12th episode is going to be our Christmas episode.
Wow.
And
12 days of Christmas.
And we're going to do the 12 songs of Misfits.
Misfits vinyl gave to me.
I've actually been writing something for that for the intro.
Yeah, we got a Christmas special coming up. And I guess maybe we'll talk about it a little bit more in the Christmas special. But we have some really cool stuff happening in the new year. We're going to be bringing on some people to review albums with us.
Yep.
Some fans, some friends, some celebrities,
some big fucking names.
So I mean, we're getting there, buddy.
We're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing the thing.
And we might be doing some festivals next year. So we will have some live shows, which I'm excited about.
And we got some things we want to work on. Obviously, we want to do some merch. We want to, so we're evolving. We're
fucking growing.
We're gonna Pokemon evolve.
Yeah. Roll Rafflecopter.
And thanks everybody for listening, and thank you, Sam, for listening and doing the tech. We appreciate you very much.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to give Sam a hug every episode.
Sam a hug every episode
for being so awesome and doing such a good job.
We fight.
Doing such a good job on the back end of things.
What are you talking about, Sam?
We're talking about this episode.
No, dude, we fight.
Yeah.
We all fight.
No, we fuck.
Yeah.
we fight. Yeah, you oil us up.
You oil us up.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
You act like you haven't done this before.
And with all that being said, thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, we love you guys.
And anal contusions.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Misfits on Vinyl, hosted by Spencer Streichert and me, Aaron Walsh, and of course produced by Sam the Tech Man, Sam Lindsay. If you like us, please rate us, subscribe to us, share us. Our socials are Misfits on Vinyl Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. If you want to send us an email with any suggestions or criticisms, we love that shit, so send it away. It's misfitsonvinyl@gmail.com. We love you guys. Thank you.